That Drive, and today I have with me Marco, the champion, with ILegendz team, and
Should we introduce the audience in the back?
And we actually have a full house today, so...
We have an audience. This is going to be an epic episode, so stay tuned. Okay, so we're going to introduce the audience in the back. This is the first audience at Chicks That Drive.
Nice.
First ever full house, people.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. We got dual angles going.
We got Patrick over here.
What's up, audience? How you doing?
Filming the content.
Yes, sir.
Doing what he does best.
Nice.
We got Omar.
What's going on? Host and creator of the Passionate Few podcast on YouTube and podcast platforms worldwide. We've interviewed over $10 billion worth of entrepreneurs, and it's been awesome to create content with you guys today. And today we're in the back seat. This time I get to be in the audience of Chicks That Drive, so it's cool to have the tables turned with this awesome soul. So,
what motivates me?
What motivates you?
It's a good question. So my first brand, I don't know if you know Motive. That was my first clothing brand. That was my first company as an entrepreneur. I started that because I was very inspired and motivated to share with people how powerful your mindset is and how you can really just, manifest whatever you wish to manifest. Because, through my accident, I got run over by a car, when I was 15, and they told me I would never walk again. And I was extremely motivated to skate. I wanted to be a pro skater. That's all my mind was at. That's what I did every single day. I was, dead set on being a pro skater. So I think having that mindset of being motivated for my passion is what brought me back up and got my nerves to start working again. And once I experienced like that miracle, I started saying, okay, I am so motivated now to share that with people. Like I feel like everybody has great potential within them. They just don't understand how to unlock it.
Yeah, you just have to tap into it.
Right.
And I was actually talking about it with David as well, David Fabi.
Yes.
So it starts here, and then you put in the work, and you can really achieve anything.
Really? Yeah. Something's harder than others, takes longer than others, but I think it's extremely possible. I mean, look at Elon Musk. He wants to get us to Mars. That's a huge achievement if he does, and whether he does it while he's alive or not, he set the motions for that to happen.
Yeah.
So thinking long-term, legacy.
Building legacy. So speaking of legacy, ILegendz, what is your, again, not even just motivation, but what's the drive and purpose that you want to accomplish, with the ILegendz?
Yeah, so ILegendz, the reason why I started that is because I want to empower leaders that are going to be impacting this world for the better. I truly believe that business is the way to change the world. I feel like money is what makes the world go around, and if people are voting with their money and they're voting for businesses that are doing sustainable practices on the back end and they're helping the planet and they're giving back to the community, I feel like you're voting for a brighter tomorrow. And I want to help people who have those type of businesses, that type of mindset, empower them utilizing social media and attention to get their message out there to the masses and just create impact.
Yeah, create a positive impact. Tell us, to those who don't know, tell us of ILegendz, how you what propelled you to start, because you had a clothing brand, Motive, and it's all connected. I feel like with you, you are so into. So you want to make positive impact, positive change. So I feel like your purposes are aligned in in both of your businesses.
Yeah.
How did you decide to start?
Yeah. So as I was doing Motive, I don't know what I don't know, and at the time I really didn't know anything. And so I was testing the waters, getting clothing, skateboards, and I realized that social media is the outlet to be able to get my brand out there. And so I started really figuring out how to understand and get better at growing my social media pages and providing value to specific audiences. And as I started doing that, kind of the law of attraction thing, my mind was so focused on it that I brought in a mentor. I attracted a mentor who owned a record label, and he had 200,000 followers.
Wow.
When I was on the phone with him, I was shaking. I was 18, 19. I was like, oh my God, this guy's famous, right?
Big deal.
Big deal. He's calling me about Motive. He wants to help me, right? And so he sold me on a $250 package on growing my Instagram account. We became really good friends, and he showed me what he was doing on the back end for his business, and he was creating 6 figures through Instagram alone on the DMs. YouTubes, messaging people and getting on phone calls and closing deals. And so I got like really excited about that because, you know, at the time I was like 18, I was honestly like 19 and a half, and I wasn't making that much money. Motive was making about $2,000 a month. It cost like $2,000 a month to get everything. So I wasn't making any money on Motive. It was purely passion driven, and, you know, obviously something I want to continue doing with a good purpose. But, you know, as I got into social media, so as I got mentored, I started to understand it a little bit more. But I didn't like the industry that I was in with my mentor. He was in the music industry, and it's very, very cutthroat. Like, it's like, you know, it's all about money and power.
Yeah, and that's image. Like,
and image,
oh my God,
right?
Yeah.
So I kind of branched off and started ILegendz. It's actually a crazy story. How I met my mentor, I took out, I was doing Forex, the foreign exchange market, and I was just honest, I was 19 years old, so I was just trying to make money at the time. And I was making a little bit of money, a couple $1,000s in Forex and foreign exchange, and I told my mentor, hey, invest $6,000. I can double it, I can make more. And he did invest $6,000 because we became good friends, and I lost all his money and I lost all my money. And 19 years old, went to zero, broke, lost $6,000 of my mentor's money. I had an option, and I had two choices. You know, cut this guy off, he doesn't know where I live, he's in LA, I'm in San Diego, or figure out how to pay him back. My mind obviously was stuck on how can I pay this guy back. And I took out a loan. I don't know how I got approved, but I got approved for a $10,000 loan at 19. I went in there with a nice watch. I was like, I'm trading Forex, I'm making money. Like, I sold it because I walked out of the bank with a $10,000 loan. I paid my mentor back, and at that time he said, since you did this, I'm gonna take you under my wing, I'm gonna show you how I do this, because you're a good person. So he did that, and that's how I started learning. And then from there, I branched off and started my own business, ILegendz, with the goal of helping specific people, exclusive to those who are going to change the world, because I want to change the world, and I want to, you know, kind of hang around people who are going to change the world and help them, because I know if I help them, they help me, and it's just, you know, we're changing the world together. Yeah,
and it creates like the people you surround yourself with. It creates like a halo effect. You know, you learn from each other, you help each other grow, and it's you know, it's like a bigger, you know, purpose too. Like everybody you work with. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned, you know, the accident and how you got through it. It's just incredible. Have you ever have you doubted or like was there like fear that, you know,
there was fear.
Were...
Yeah, the only fear that I had was not being able to skate again. That's what I was so scared of. I loved it so much that I didn't want to live life without it. Yeah. And that fear of that is what pushed me forward.
Yeah. What pushes you through right now? You know, through the down, you know, obviously there's, you know, when there's ups, it's great. You know, everybody knows about the ups, it's all roses.
Right, that's what's on your Instagram page, is the ups.
It's the ups, because actually even like Elon Musk said, he was like, nobody wants to know about like the shit
downs,
the downs. Because I mean, it's messy.
It's ugly.
It's ugly, yes.
It is, it really is.
Yeah, people just care about, you know, the rosy picture. What gets you through the shit?
Right now, so I see that my motivations change, my micro motivations change. My macro motivations the same. I want to change the world, I'm on this mission, but my micro, for right now, you know, I'm very motivated for my team. Like, I have people around me that are supporting me, I'm helping them with clients, and I really want to see their success. I want to help them all become millionaires, and we can all grow together, and we can all build this together. And I'm super motivated, you know, every day just thinking about how can I get my team paid, how can, you know, I progress them, how can we all progress together, and that's what's been motivating me lately.
So I interview people, I have a podcast and stuff, and I love what you're doing. I checked out your stuff. So my question to you is, what is the mission of Chicks That Drive? And I'm sure you say it a lot, but for people who, like, say you just meet someone and they say like, hey, you know, what's Chicks That Drive all about? What is it for you?
What drives you in your business, and I think that's kind of what sparked it. Like, I'm passionate about cars. I'm also very focused on my business, and so that Chicks That Drive was like a combination of, you know, what you're passionate about and what you're focused on. And you know, with the podcast, I'm hoping to, you know, inspire people. You know, maybe there is, you know, a person who always wanted to start something, but they're
afraid of doing it, so I'm you know, trying to ask the questions and have people who are prominent and successful in their own fields and like share the tips and, you know, how they overcame all, you know, the obstacles, how they got to where they are, and, you know, hopefully it will be like helpful and inspiring to someone out there.
That's the goal.
I like that you had the courage to try it, because a lot of people would say, oh yeah, I like cars, I like this, I like that, but what car would I use? Am I even good on camera? Would it be comfortable? How would I film it? You know, they would have all the excuses.
Right,
So
yeah.
what were some of the fears that popped up for you when you were trying to make it a reality, and how did you get over those fears for people who might be trying to start their own thing but like have their fears popping up and most of them don't conquer it? So how did you conquer those fears and take action?
I mean, honestly, I think like the thing that I'm a big believer in is when you become too comfortable, you are like complacent.
Right.
So you really got to, you need to keep pushing yourself and like improving yourself and really like try and conquer and do the uncomfortable things. And every time I did that, like great things happened. How I conquered it, I mean, my first episode was, you know, it was just, what helped was that my first episode with a very good friend of mine who is also an entrepreneur. So having that kind of like familiarity and like good energy around me, you know, helped. Yeah, definitely helped with, you know, like kind of getting into it.
That motion.
Yeah, you found a way to make the uncomfortable a little bit comfortable.
A little bit comfortable, yeah.
So you're comfortably working your way into the uncomfortable,
Yes, I like that.
It's a good way to say it.
It's kind of like skateboarding, Marco.
It's professional.
It's like anything. It's like working out or even yoga. The way I think of business is kind of like yoga. Like you stretch, and you know how when you stretch, you're like, oh my god, oh that hurt, like that's too much. But if you breathe into it little by little, you're like, oh, I can do that. Little by little.
Yep.
Just calm and easy. And if you do it every day, then it's not these extreme leaps of faith. It's just like natural progression.
Yeah,
and
you like
just stretch the comfortable.
It's those micros, right? It's like that micro adjustment.
And doing it over a sustained period of time. A lot of people can go all out and do 10 car videos, but I'd rather the person who does it once a week for 15 weeks or 20 weeks or 30 weeks, you know? Over the long run, that momentum, that rhythm, you'll win way more than the person who just gets a burst of enthusiasm.
Yeah, I think it's like a commitment, you know? Once you commit to something and you put in the work, you just become better. What is it? Takes like 10,000 hours to become
a master, to be a master or something. That's so funny. We were just talking about like adaptation over discipline, and like putting yourself in uncomfortable situations so that you adapt and grow is a lot better than trying to discipline yourself and trying to say, hey, you know, I'm gonna do 100 push-ups every day. I'm just gonna do it, and maybe you can, you know, muster up the discipline and do it for like 3 days. You're not gonna do that for a long time, but if you do a push-up once a day for every day, you're able to do that. So that's making the that choice easier, right, for you to do it, and then you adapt to that reality because you start creating that habit. Now you're doing push-ups every day. Now you can kick that one up to 5 to 10 to 20. All of a sudden you're doing 50 push-ups a day like nothing. So I think that's a huge factor that I've recently learned is adaptation over discipline. It's the law of the architect, and I really fully believe that this is something that needs to be learned by every entrepreneur. The law of the architect is that there's only one founder in every company, and that founder needs to be on top of the boat, right? Let me use the metaphor as a boat. People are working within the boat, within the business, and the founder needs to be the one on top looking for the island or looking for the direction that you need to go. As soon as the founder goes downstairs, as he normally does, to put on different hats, because that's something that you do, especially in the beginning as an entrepreneur, you're wearing different hats, you're doing different things. You got to remember to go up the ladder and see where you're going, because the direction of the company is all in the hands of the founder. You can hire a CEO, you can hire executives, you can hire people to do all the other jobs in the company, but there's only one founder, and that founder is the one choosing the direction for the business. So remember that. All right, well, guys, this has been fun. If you guys want to have specific topics or anything that you guys want us to cover in the next one or want her to cover in the next one, please drop it in the comments below. Share your love, share the positivity, and let us know how we can help and serve.
And make sure to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Chicks That Drive. We will see you on the next drive.